Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today's Monday, October 13, 2025. It's Columbus Day, and if you're celebrating, enjoy. Lots of things closed down, but the stock market is open, and it is rebounding a little bit after the carnage on Friday. So just to review some of the things that went on in terms of the numbers. Dow down about 2%, S&P down 2.5%. NASDAQ led the way lower, down 3.5%. Russell down just over 3%. For the week, the stock market indexes were all down, but for the year, starting the week, the Dow still up around 7%. Russell still up about a little over 7%. 11% S&P, and the NASDAQ is still up 15% despite Friday's sell-off. Also on Friday, the selling was not just restricted to stocks. Crude oil down 5%, nat gas down over 4%, copper down almost 6%, bond yields collapsing. The yields on the 10-year and 30-year government bonds were down over 2% in terms of measurement of the move in yields lower. And this was all started by President Trump threatening larger tariffs on China if they restrict rare earths shipments to the U.S. And that again started it. But I do think, and I've been talking about this being a fragile market, and certainly I think the selling on Friday was accelerated and broadened by algorithms and traders and hedging in terms of trying to price in movements or trying to scalp, again, volatility and premiums and like that. That was a big piece of this. And again, volatility control funds and hedging and like that. Once the selling started, that just changed everything that's been going on in kind of this slow crawl up in the markets for the past couple of months, if not the full year, since April. So, again, I think that the markets were very fragile and were ripe for some sort of sell-off. Did this reset everything? I think it's a start. Now, there could be more. There's certainly, you got a lot of news things going on. The government shutdown continues. You've got the Middle East peace going on. You've got Powell speaking. You've got options expiration for the month of October at the end of the week. And so, again, there's just a lot of news flow that could change, and impact the markets. But I think, largely, when it looks at the mechanics of the algorithms like that, we could still test the lows on Friday. But, there's going to be some, perhaps, widened and larger volatility moves for a while as the digestion of what happened on Friday. So if there's any questions, a lot going on, give me a call, send me an email, text, and we'll try to get to you on a specific question you may have. Thank you for listening. We'll be back on Wednesday. Goodbye.